Don't underestimate the power of being creative, the ability to turn your mess into your message. What ended up being my $1 million mistake now ended up being a place where hundreds and hundreds of men have come through to change and transform. What's up, guys? I want to give you guys a tour of a place that's very special to me, and this very special place is my gym, BK Strength. Now, it's a private gym that I opened up for myself, my clients, my private coaching clients, and my staff, my team, to work out here. It's not a gym that's open to the public, but the story behind it is how I was able to turn my mess into a message, or another way to say it is how to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. So let's go into BK Strength. I'll give you a tour and I'll explain that message. Hey, this is actually really great because we didn't plan on giving you guys a tour of BK Strength. This is just a building that I own, that I built out my own private gym in. However, we're gonna give you a tour because we're also in here to film a really awesome vlog episode for you guys. And so I'm gonna introduce you to someone. First of all, you know that person right there, that's Leighton, chilling like a villain. And this is, hello sir. This is Coach Mike. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt, and he's the one that's been doing the private lessons with me. And then I go out into the world and also roll at different people's gyms as I'm traveling. But the reason Coach Mike is here is because there's an episode that's gonna follow this one here, where we're gonna talk about grappling, hand-to-hand combat, combatives, and all the benefits, just like we did when we did the shooting experience at Rohagi's shooting, outdoor shooting experience. So with that in mind, let's first give you guys a tour, and then we're gonna film a whole nother episode with Coach Mike and Leighton with the on the mats here. So crazy story why I ended up owning my own gym. And the running joke at HQ is that I have a $8,000 a month gym membership. And the reason it's an $8,000 a month gym membership is when I bought this building for just over $1 million about 7, 8 years ago, this building was supposed to be the corporate offices for Fit Body Boot Camp. Now, later on in some footage that Ed's gonna edit in here, you'll see that the Chino State Prison is right across the street. And you'll also know that the Chino State Prison is famous for being in Snoop Dogg's rap song. I'm on my way to Chino, rolling on the Great Goose Shackle from head to toe. Beyond that, there's also 22 prisoners in Chino State Prison who are doing time, and they're currently on death row. So why do I share this with you? Well, I was a little dumb when I bought this building. And when I bought the building 7, 8 years ago, it was just this industrial place, and it's 2 stories. And I'm like, all right, Fit Body Boot Camp does not have a corporate office. We were, kind of leasing out an office, paying rent to a landlord, and we had outgrown that small area. So I'm like, all right, I think it's time that we get our own building. I find this building, I buy it, and within a week of the escrow closing, I'm like, you know what? I think I regret buying it because the Chino State Prison is across the street. And it's not like I didn't know that the state prison was across the street. Like, I live out here in Chino Hills, so I'm very familiar with the Chino State Prison. However, I hadn't thought it all the way through, and the last thing I want to do is have a Fit Body Boot Camp sign up on that building and have new Fit Body Boot Camp franchise owners come out to this building and then wonder why it's across the street from the Chino State Prison. I just think that would be a bad look. So I buy the building. A week later, I have buyer's remorse. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you can't just say, hey, I want a refund. So now I'm stuck with a building that's got an $8,300 a month mortgage, plus an additional $1,000 a month of association fees. So $9,300 a month is my gym membership. But I'm stuck with the building, and I had the building for about 1.5 years. And the story goes like this. I was working out, it was either LA Fitness or 24 Hour Fitness. I'm working out at the local gym. It's like 5 p.m. and I normally work out in the mornings, way less people in a public gym in the mornings. 5 p.m. during the weekday, gyms are packed. But this particular day, my schedule worked out where I just had to go to the gym at 5 p.m. And so I get to LA Fitness or 24 Hour Fitness at 5 p.m. and I'm working out, and I see like these kids, high school kids everywhere. And they got 20 different dumbbells sitting around their bench, and they're yucking it up. They're like a little pack of wolves, which is great, man. I was a kid, I experienced all that, but I'm like, fuck, I'm in here to work out. I'm in here to get an awesome workout and then go home. These kids are using up all the benches, they're using up all the dumbbells, there's like sweat stains everywhere, and I'm getting irritated. And I'm thinking to myself, The Rock has his own gym. Like, he's got the Iron Paradise, and he gets to work out in his own private gym, and that gym goes anywhere that he goes. Man, I wish I was as cool as The Rock, I'm thinking to myself, right? Then I realize wait a minute, I can be. I own a building that's been empty for months, for almost a year, and I'm paying over $9,000 a month for it, right? Because once I had buyer's remorse on this building, I went out and bought a 2-story building in Chino Hills in a much more beautiful area and made that the corporate office for Fit Body Bootcamp. So now I'm stuck with this mortgage, I'm stuck with this building, and I realize I can create my own iron paradise just like The Rock. And since I have a lot of friends in the gym equipment space, we decided to take this building and turn it into my private gym. You know, you got everything that you need. You got 120-pound dumbbells, you got fixed barbells as well. You've got, you know, all of your cable equipment and machines. You got your hack squat, you got your leg press, you got your squat rack. You got everything functional on this side of the gym here. And with the turf, weighted balls, you got everything you need. And then back in that corner, you'll see rolled up are these mats. And these mats are what we roll out when we're doing jujitsus, and we're rolling these out. And we also use these mats during the project for the pugil sticks. And so this gym not only is my private gym for me and my friends and team members and clients to work out in, it also doubles as the Modern Day Night Project compound when we run the project. And so it worked out really well. And my plan was to build out the weight room here. Now, I didn't build anything out upstairs because, well, when it was going to be a corporate office for Fit Body Bootcamp, that was going to be the upstairs, and we would have like the executive offices there, and the rest of the team would be working down here in their workstations. But since we turned it into a gym, we left the upstairs empty. And I'll give you a tour of the upstairs. It's kind of creepy, actually, the upstairs. But the inside here is really beautiful, well done. I like to keep it clean. And let me take you inside here, and I'll show you where we keep all the supplies for the project that we run. All right, so like I said, when we run the project 2 to 3 times a year, this is where it all takes place in terms of the equipment. Now, we not only use the city of Chino and Chino Hills for the project, but we also use the city of Newport Beach, because when our resident Navy SEAL instructor, Will Brenham, takes him out to the beach for surf torture, he has to use the beach. And so we use Newport Beach, and we also use our ranch in Temecula, Black Site Ranch. So there's 4 locations over 75 hours that the project takes place in. And those 4 locations are 4 different cities, and thankfully all the cities are cool with us running it there. So are the fire departments and the police departments, because as you can imagine, having 20, 25 dudes running around, hiking, pulling trucks, doing ice baths and stuff. But you can see the troughs right behind Ed here. These are the horse troughs that we use to put ice in. Fun fact, we bring in 15,000 pounds of ice during every project class to put in these 6 horse troughs that we put outside in the back and fill it up with water, and the temperature goes down to about 34 to 36 degrees. This is the infamous bell that Ray Cashcare, former Navy SEAL, brought in, and this is the bell that gets rung if a guy wants to quit during the project. Anytime we have the project happening, we get a group of men who are, about 1/3 of them are former military, about 1/3 of them are entrepreneurs, and then the rest of them are a mishmash group of random dudes who could be first responders. Cops and firefighters come through and go through the experience, as do just regular people who want to level up in faith, family, fitness, and finances, right? And to really test themselves, get pushed, get challenged, etc. And so the project, while it's a very polarizing experience, if you knew the transformation that it creates for these men and the network that it connects them to, and then the ongoing years of coaching that they get from it, it's a life-changing experience. However, when a dude does ring this bell, he finds himself in a position where he goes home. And we pre-make these axes that we want to gift to them at the end of the project. And so these axes take place, the axe giving takes place the Friday night of the project, where we have an amazing steak dinner. And so you could see, this is class 01. We had 2 dropouts. Class 02, we had a lot more. 4 or 5 dropouts. And then so all these are go all the way back to class 19. And in October, we're about to run our last and final project class, class 20. So it'll be 5 years and 20 classes, and then we're retiring the project because we are going full steam with the Squire program. And the Squire program is a massive transformational program for fathers and sons that they're going to go through and experience this rite of passage for these young boys as they kind of go into manhood. All right, now we're upstairs at BK Strength, also known as the Project Compound. And this upstairs, like I said, is undeveloped, and we just knocked down all the walls. And this is where they sleep. What little sleep they get in those 75 hours, between 6 and 10 hours of sleep, takes place up here. And it's all broken up sleep because we want to be able to use every element in our favor in terms of the lack of sleep, the chaos that we produce, all the unknowns that they're in for. All they know is that it's a 75-hour experience, and they're with us the entire time. Where that experience takes place, part here at BK Strength, in Newport Beach in the water, at the ranch, our ranch out there in Temecula. They don't know when we're going and where we're going until they're there. So this is where they sleep. This is where some evolutions take place, kind of like this one right here. So like I was saying, upstairs here at BK Strength is completely undeveloped. We just knocked down these walls. We put turf on the ground, rubber flooring on the ground because of the weird evolutions that we run up here during the project. But my plan was, if I was gonna keep it as the headquarters for Fit Body Bootcamp, I was gonna knock down this wall right here and then make a full-on 2-story headquarters, and it was gonna be like workstations everywhere. But with the Chino State Prison and all being across the street, I decided to buy a building in Chino Hills, make that the Fit Body Bootcamp headquarters, and then turn this mess into my message. And the message is that it's a gym that I get to work out in, my friends and family get to work out in, my clients when they come into town, and of course my team gets to come and work out here. And then we get to run the Project and Squire program here, which really is a high-level personal development program. And the biggest lesson that I want to share with you more than anything is I thought I made a big mistake. I thought I made a really big mistake when I bought this building and regretted it instantly within the first week because of the prison that's across the street. And I'm like, man, how do you buy a $1 million building and then end up regretting it and then having to buy another building to run your headquarters in? But after a few months, it hit me that I could turn this place into my own little mecca where I get to work out in and have awesome experiences in with friends and team members and clients and all that. So don't underestimate the power of being creative, the ability to turn your mess into your message. What ended up being my $1 million mistake now ended up being a place where hundreds and hundreds of men have come through to change and transform, probably thousands now. And me, my team, my family, we get to come here and work out and have a good time and really catch up and connect. More than that, it's also a great real estate investment for in the future if I decide to sell it. Well, guess what? With the appreciation of everything in Southern California, I could always make more money. So the answer to everything is get creative, turn your chicken shit into chicken salad, and when you do, you find yourself living an awesome life. Peace.